What is up, Renegades? Welcome to the 2025 Axis and Allies Action Briefing. My name is Anais, and I am the Community Coordinator here at Renegade. And today I am joined by a very special guest, our senior producer, Dan Bojanowski.
Hello, hello. We have a lot of exciting things coming out for Axis and Allies this year, and so we're so excited to be giving you a first look at some of these upcoming releases.
And without further ado, let's get started. First, we have something I know a lot of gamers are going to be excited about, the Axis and Allies 1914 Deluxe map. We've had a couple deluxe maps in the Axis and Allies line before, but this one's new. So can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So similar to our previous deluxe maps, this is a large neoprene game map with stitched edging. It's for obviously World War I, 1914 Axis and Allies. It is 20% larger than the standard game boards, and it rolls into a storage box. It comes in a nice storage box like the other ones does as well. So all the things that you love about the previous ones, it's all got that here. The one interesting thing that I would point out about this particular version is that we have revised the national production chart. On the game boards, the national production chart that you keep track of is in the center of Africa, and it's split into two lines. There's the tens line and then the ones line. And we got some feedback that that was less than ideal, especially with the high player count that this particular game goes to. So with the extra room that the deluxe mat affords us, we took that national production chart out of Africa and moved it along the edge of the board in kind of an L shape, in a more standard fashion to most Axis and Allies games. So we hope that it's a nice quality of life upgrade for fans. And this is a March release, so it's coming right around the corner here.
Yeah, definitely. March release. We have some other stuff coming out in March. Also releasing this March, we have Battle for the Deep, powered by Axis and Allies. We did announce this game previously, and also I sat down with the game designer Matt Hyra. So if you want a more in-depth look on Battle for the Deep, powered by Axis and Allies, be sure to check out that YouTube video now. But for now, Dan, do you want to give us a quick refresher and an overview of this game?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So this is the next in our series of Powered by Axis and Allies games. The first game that we released earlier this year was the G.I. Joe Battle for the Arctic Circle in this line that kind of takes the Axis and Allies engine and applies it to a different theming than the traditional World War I, World War II setting. So we're excited on this one. This is a brand new setting that we have come up with. This is a 2 to 4 player game with team-based gameplay, so 2v2 setting. Players choose their factions and alliances each game. This is different. This is new for Axis and Allies, whereas traditionally it's Axis versus Allies. You kind of know those are set allegiances. In this game, there are 4 different factions, 4 different underwater fantasy factions, and there's not a set pairing for these two versus these two. It could be any different matchups of those. So you can have lots of different combinations each different game. There are 4 factions. There's the denizens of the deep, the Protectors, the Undersea Kingdom, and the Leviathans, each with a different range of units that have different special abilities and different strengths and weaknesses. So it's super exciting. In addition, players choose their locations for their home bases. So in traditional Axis and Allies, it's a world map or a theater map that you know where the people will start based on the year it is, based on this. In this game, it's going to be slightly different, where the starting locations will shift around based on your preferences and the factions you choose. So it'll be different every time. So if you're asking about, wondering about like the weight of this game, I would say it's similar to the weight of G.I. Joe Battle for the Arctic Circle. It's not like Global 1940 that's going to take you 10 hours to play through. It is a more accessible version of the game, but still has all the great Axis and Allies gameplay that you know and love in a new underwater setting. This does have over 100 minis, each with new sculpts, not 100 different sculpts, but there's all new sculpts. There's nothing recycled from previous games. There's all sorts of crazy things. There's Cthulhu type creatures. There's battle turtles. There's fish swarms. There's giant turtles. There's a bunch of cool things in this that you're going to look forward to and have a good time with. So this was again designed by Matt Hyra, who also designed North Africa and the G.I. Joe Battle for the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, and this also comes out in March. And like I said before, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Matt Hyra to go like more in depth, so to speak. Haha. For
I see what you did there.
yeah, see what I did there. Talking about Battle for the Deep, and I'm really excited for it. It's, like you said, it's very accessible, very approachable, shorter playtime, and definitely unlike anything else. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
great.
and one thing I'm excited about that like for this the Axis and Allies gameplay has been tried and true over 40 years, and there are some people who are just not going to be excited about the theme as much as we love the theme of
Yeah.
traditional Axis and Allies. There's going to be some people who just are not. So this is a great way to introduce this wonderful gameplay in a different setting that might be a little bit more approachable. And then if they like that, they'll say, well, hey, you like GI Joe, or hey, let's try out this 1941 or 1942 to get them into the game system.
Yeah, plus, I mean, it's just a gorgeous game. We've been hopefully showing in post. I'll put all the pictures so everybody can see all of the box art and the different figures and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But yeah, I mean, it looks great. It's gonna play really well, and I think I said it in the last interview too. But like, this is the kind of game I could play with my mom, or my
right.
family. Like maybe they're not history buffs, but like you said, it's great classic gameplay, and it's awesome that we're branching out and giving more options to people.
I
So
agree.
that comes out in March. But shifting back to a more historical note, this year we are also releasing Axis and Allies Battle of the Bulge. Would you mind telling us more about this game?
Yeah, so this is not we are re-releasing this game. This was a classic game, Axis and Allies game that was originally released in 2006. It is a theater setting game that recreates the epic battle, the Battle of the Bulge, of course, between Germany and the US and UK. So if you're not familiar with the Battle of the Bulge gameplay from when it was originally released, it is has some slight differences. It is a hex-based game board, which is different, and also uses D8s for combat. So a little bit different there on both sides. As far as how this re-release, this reprint of the game, we did not make any changes to the gameplay, so everything you know and love is still there. We're just excited to make it more available for fans of the game, for new fans of Axis and Allies, since it came out in 2006 and is kind of hard to find at this point. Similar to the reprints of Guadalcanal that we did and 1914 and the anniversary edition, we're just excited to make sure that it's available for fans of the series that can now get it. I would say that there are some minor updates to any changes from previous printings. So it's just minor updates to graphic design and the rule book, just tightening up some things, but not making gameplay changes. And a few of the minis were updated for more historical accuracy. Uh, Not to say that we've made new minis that were never seen before. We're not doing that. This is just swapping out a particular mini from this game to this game to be a little bit more historically accurate to the setting. So if you already have Battle of the Bulge, it's not necessarily something you need to go out and get again. But if you missed out on it the first time or are new to the series, this is a great way to pick it up. And it's a great game in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be coming out in May. Yeah, so it's we got Battle for the Deep for a totally new, fresh take on it, and then we're re-releasing this old classic, so you get a little bit of everything this year, which is awesome. And it's great that we'll be able to offer Battle for the Bulge for folks that maybe weren't in the Axis and Allies community previously, like myself, because I
Yeah.
was a child in 2006. So it'll be great. I can get my hands on this one too. Um, awesome. Yeah. And now we've made it to our final Axis and Allies reveal for 2025. But before that, I just want to remind everyone that if you want to keep up to date on all of our latest news, join our Discord server. We've got a really great Axis and Allies community there. And we also have a Facebook group, the Axis and Allies Officers Club. And we'll have both of those linked into the description box below so you can join in on the conversation and keep up to date on all the latest news. But yeah, let's get into the final reveal, which is Axis and Allies Stalingrad. Did I say that right?
Yay.
Stalingrad?
You sure did. You sure did.
Woo! Nailed it. Dan, what can you tell us about this game?
Yeah, so this is an exciting reveal for us. We've been working on this for quite a while. If you go back to when we first started working with the Axis and Allies brand, we did a community poll and said, ask you guys, the community, what themes would you like new Axis and Allies games surrounding? And we did a vote. And the theme that won that vote was North Africa, which released this year. We're happy to show that one off. But in a close second place was Stalingrad. This is one that was also really wanted, and people are excited for this epic battle. So we are excited to bring it out. This is coming out in August of 2025, so around Gen Con. If you're going to Gen Con, come pick it up. This is a brand new game. This is not a reprint or a rehash of anything. This is brand new game design. It was designed by Matt Hyra, who, as we've talked about in this stream already, designed North Africa, designed the Battle for the Deep, the G.I. Joe, Battle for the Arctic Circle, and also additional design and consulting from Larry Harris, the original designer of all the Axis and Allies. Also helped us on this one, gave his feedback, gave some design, made sure that we were on the right track and all that stuff. So obviously it's something that he had been thinking about for years, is how to recreate this battle in Axis and Allies format. So we're excited to take his feedback as well as everything that Matt's been working on. So a little bit about the game itself. It is a two-player game featuring both sides that are fighting against each other. One of the big interesting features of this game is that it features two boards, not just one big board, but it features two separate boards. One of the boards is for the Don River region, where massive armies clash, and it's kind of a more traditional Axis and Allies, big armies clashing there. The other board is just for the city of Stalingrad. It's kind of pulls it out and says, let's zoom in on the city of Stalingrad. You'll find ferries across the Volga River, close quarter fighting, and even snipers. So there's lots of cool things happening on both of these boards. You'll have to manage your resources, manage your actions across both of them. There are supply lines to keep open. There's weather rolls happening, and a brand new style of reinforcements for both sides. So we got a lot of exciting things happening here. If you're familiar with the game Axis and Allies D-Day from years ago, one of the things that incorporated, that this game also will incorporate, is order cards to guide the action. So that will guide your turn sequence, is the use of order cards. So as we get closer to the release of this, we will certainly share more details, the rule book, gameplay previews, and things like that. This does have two new sculpts that are never before seen in Axis and Allies. So we're proud to talk about those. We have the German Stug 3 assault guns and the Soviet Katyusha rocket launchers. These are really cool little sculpts. The rocket launchers, this really cool rocket car. Really exciting to see those new sculpts. I know Axis and Allies fans always love it when there's new toys to play with in their
Yeah,
games.
absolutely. Who doesn't love new toys?
Yeah, totally. And this does have two different scenarios that are included in the game box. There's a full 13-round race for Stalingrad and a shorter Operation Uranus scenario as well. And it takes about 5 hours for the full game and 3 hours for the shorter. So you can take your pick of which one you want based on the time you have, or just your preferences.
Awesome. Yeah. And like Dan said, that comes out this August, right around Gen Con. So make sure to stop by, say hi, come visit us at Gen Con. And Dan also mentioned that, we like to share previews and sneak peeks and the like. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, if you join our Facebook group or Discord community, that's a great way to see all of the little secrets and talk to the Renegade staff directly. Definitely like Matt Hyra is in there sometimes talking to people. So if you ever want an inside scoop on any of the games we have coming out, definitely join our communities. But that wraps up our Axis and Allies action briefing. Everything we talked about today is now available for pre-order. On screen, we have a handy graphic of how to bundle your pre-orders so you aren't waiting for anything. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and be sure to like and subscribe for more. Oh, do you have one more thing?
I have one more thing just to say. I just wanted, just as we're wrapping
Go
up,
for it.
I just want to say it's been a pleasure to work on the Axis and Allies brand. We have had a blast getting to know the community, getting to know what you're looking for, getting feedback, and I can just, this is our 2025 product lineup. I can tell you that we have plans. We're already working into 2026 with new content, new accessories. Lots of exciting things. So we're keeping working on it because we love the brand. We love you guys and are excited to bring you new content.
Yeah, the community is awesome. It's so passionate, and it's great that we're building on people's Axis and Allies collections, if you will. People have just shelves full of Axis and Allies, but yeah, it's super awesome to be hanging out with the community, and I'm really excited for all the stuff we have coming up. I'm excited for all this too. Um, but yeah, that wraps up the action briefing stream. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Dan, for hanging out and telling us all about this new stuff coming out. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Renegade YouTube channel right now for more content. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.